Hello, my name's Nigel Palmer, and I'm the author of the book, The Regenerative Grower's Guide to Garden Amendments. In this video, we're going to continue our discussion of making a garden out of grass. In part one, we put hay down on the grass surface with amendments and biology, and we've let it sit for 6 to 9 months. Now we have the opportunity to plant in it. First, I'll show you an example of what the soil looks like after 6 months. And then secondly, we'll show you how to plant potatoes in that soil. The idea here is that the preparations can be used for planting just about anything that you want. So let's see what's actually underneath this hay and the prospects for planting. This shows 2 holes. The one on the left has already been prepared. It is nice loose soil ready for planting anything that I would like to plant. The hole on the right has merely had the sod moved around, and you can see that it's well broken down and can be removed easily from the hole. And so let's walk through the process of going from removing the hay to having that nice soil ready for planting. So this is what the hole looks like when I have merely removed the hay and exposed what was sod underneath. And this is what it looks like up close. You can see that the sod is long gone. In fact, there's a worm sitting there. And this is it starting to be moved around. I'm using a 3-prong tined handheld device to merely push into the soil and pull back to loosen up the soil. And you can see that the sod is breaking up relatively easily. Here it is broken up a little bit further. And here it is finally, the sod you can see is totally decomposed and very easily removed from the surface of what once was very thick grass. And once I've removed that sod, you can see the soil looks very nice. Now I can add my compost. So this is about 6 months, 9 months later, after applying the hay to the surface of the grass. And you can see I have a nice soil ready for planting. So this space was grass 6 months ago, and I'm now planting potatoes in this space. And the sod is easily removed. So I'm going to use my normal potato planting methods here to improve the soil. Extra soil I'll keep for burying the potatoes later on. Tell that this soil has not been used before because of the number of rocks I'm getting. Add my rock dust, IMO4, my new favorite silt, loaded with minerals, generous handful of compost. And my potato has been soaking in rainwater, stinging nettle, fermented plant juice, and vinegar extracted bones. And I'll knock off the big pieces there and bury that up in there. And that'll come up, and then I'll use the soil to bury that as the potato comes up. These potatoes are coming along rather nicely. This was sod 6 months ago. It was minerals were applied and then hay on top of that, and it was allowed to sit for the winter time. I did this in November. I have buckets to collect the sod, and then buckets to collect the rocks, and then a bucket with the potatoes soaking in it. And in the wheelbarrow there's Westfield and other floats in a rock dust formulation. There's IMO4. There's a silt from a local pond that I've done analysis on that is really spectacular for trace minerals. And then, of course, compost will be applied as well. That's in the main bucket of the wheelbarrow.
So I remove the hay, and I'll just put it on the side and it'll act as a mulch now. You see it comes right up and it's very loose. And what roots are here are very well decomposed. And this sod will be perfect for the compost pile. Rocks, handful of IMO4, handful of silt, pinch of rock dust, and 2 handfuls of compost. So this is how I'm going to turn this grass into garden. First by applying hay and damaging the sod so it can be broken down easier. And then I like to plant potatoes and mineralize as I plant the potatoes. And when I harvest these potatoes in the fall, I'll dig this hole up and remineralize it again. So I'll get these pockets of minerals and biology. So there's another row of 10. I like to water these as soon as I get them in or shortly afterwards. There's no sense soaking a potato if the soil is so dry, it just leaches the moisture out. So I give a very generous amount of water to each of these holes, and that's pretty well it. That potato's on its way.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this short video showing you how to take a grass garden space and turn it into a garden using local materials. The initial steps of adding hay, biology, and minerals to the surface of the grass begins the process of building tilth on top of the soil. The hay and the grass that's there will break down into humus. The minerals that you add from local sources will take care of deficiencies in your soil. Also adding homemade minerals like fermented plant juices or vinegar extractions will also build minerals into the soil, including the important trace minerals. While letting this sit for 6 months or 9 months, you're actually beginning to improve the soil. After that 6-month period, we planted potatoes in one instance. The process of planting potatoes moves minerals and biology deep into the soil. By digging that hole and putting minerals and compost, IMO4 into the soil, we are improving the depth of the soil as well as the surface of the ground. Once these potatoes are harvested, each one of those holes will get another round of minerals, biology, and carbon, each being a little compost pile, if you will. So this entire area after 1 year is significantly improved from where it was before. A cover crop could be added after the potatoes are harvested, or simply mulching with more hay or straw or leaves, depending on what you have available. All of these ideas are sustainable methods of regenerating your garden space, improving it year after year.